So Carlos's face changed. I watched him go from being that age.
Forever.
Wake up, camping. Yeah, two or three tents. Spent the summers. One morning I wake up, there's no one around, everybody's gone. And there's this 30-year-old dude. Like, hey, who are you? Right? He looks at me and runs back into Carlos's tent. So I go running up there. I look in there, and there's Carlos sleeping. No one else. No one else in there. I'm like, what just happened? It just shocks you. Shocks you very good.
It's pretty cool, though.
And you know what's really intense is the fact that when you start to have experiences like that you can't wipe away, you can't wipe away and say, that's my imagination, that's my imagination. Right. When it becomes that real, that you're having actual physical reactions to what's happening, the world changes. The way you see people changes. It doesn't change the way they see you, but it changes the way you see them. And then you begin to see the battle. That the battle we have to take on within ourselves that extends out to the people around us. Right? Because no one likes to be insulted, do they? It's not a good reaction anyone really has. So we have to, when you're embracing somebody in a different way, and what you get back is hellfire and brimstone. When you're trying to embrace somebody on a deeper level, you're trying to embrace your fellow man at a deeper level, you begin to see the effects that our common behavior has on our very being. How it almost obliterates the heart on most occasions. And you have to, when you're embracing people in a different manner, and that's the feedback you get, you have to do things differently. You don't get a choice. You have to do that because there's a new thing going on in there. See, I can tell already this room is full of people who are by no means amateurs. Which just means we get to have even more fun. Because, you know, there's courage. I can feel it all over. You know, that's a great ingredient to have. Yeah. The flyer talked about honesty. So, let's... You may. No, go right ahead.
Welcome everybody. This is an open forum with Celebration Conscious Living Store. I'm the representative of Celebration. Glenn and I co-own it, and my sphere has been here in the educational part. My name is Joy. I feel so honored to have Christopher here. He's been giving talks here for about a year, maybe a little bit longer. Every time I saw what the topic of the talk was, I think my heart would say, and my mind would say, I want to be there. Whatever gets written from his consciousness, and it comes through Volney often, I hear, is so true. It's not fancy. It brought me to myself. It wasn't until, I don't know, maybe four months ago that the way opened up and I came. As soon as I walked through the door, my consciousness shifted, and the whole evening went that way. I knew that, and the words that he was saying, it's like we're water into my being. Words of truth that come through an illumined mind, come through in a fresh way, not like you'd hear it from any other particular way, through any other particular being, but the resonances go to similar places. And I recognize that with Chris. I feel so honored. Well, okay, so that's one part, listening, being in the presence of. And there's also a way in which he relates to each person at some point, very personally. I just felt it when I came in here from a busy day, this big bear hug. And I'm busy, you know. I'm open, I think, but as the bear hug continues, I get quieter and quieter, and then I feel this relaxing. And then I feel this love. It's his being, but it's his being that's all of, it's the field that we're close to often. It's an incredible gift to be in the presence of one who removes those veils and opens the way to our own deep being. And when he says, what's looking through my eyes is what's looking through your eyes. I don't know if that's just how you said it, but it was like that. I could feel it. It's an incredible gift to have a person like this who, through his various route, and it began when he was young. It wasn't just Carlos. Carlos met Christopher Reddy. To have the opportunity to be in the presence of, to take in the teachings, to take in the immediacy of what an enlightened awareness, how an enlightened awareness operates on this physical plane is a huge gift. A $5 donation or a $10 donation is a pittance. It's nothing compared to what we get. And I'm so grateful. So welcome from the bottom of my heart.
That's a great segue. Let me bring myself off that pedestal for a second. Those are the heights.
You know it's the simple truth.
So the way to find that within yourself is honesty. This is the hardest part of this entire journey. The absolute hardest part. Which is why I'm so glad that this room is full of courage. Because this is the crux of the biscuit. That's the words I like to use. As Frank Zappa once said, it's the crux of the biscuit. Honesty I'm not talking about the honesty you have with someone else. Because if you don't have it with yourself, you don't have it. And all you would have is a conversation of one defending themselves. That would go nowhere. So, the honesty I'm talking about is we want a particular state. Are we absolutely honest with ourselves that we are giving up what we need to give up to have that state? You see, perfection doesn't come through adding anything to it, because it wouldn't be perfect. Right? When you step outside of perfection, you start to seek avenues outside of yourself to perfect this thing. As you draw within, right? As you begin to wake up, you need that juice. It needs to come back into you. So there's a whole